Hello everyone. This is a no save, no damage playthrough of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on the PC. This is on hard mode, and we'll be going for the S rank. Please enjoy.
Resident Evil.
It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City. A city controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
What are they?
Waiting orders. Over. All units proceed to Richmond and Victoria. All right.
Let's do it. Let's move. Go, 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 go! Fire! Come and get it! Son of a... Everywhere! Don't give up! There are too many of them! Don't hold back! Go! Where are they? Where did they come from? It's pointless! Take this! Die! You want some more?
So we finally got the run. And as you can see at the top, we have an HP counter, an ammo counter, and a boss HP counter, just to keep track of all zero damage taken.
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive.
So this run's not going to really have many of the cutscenes, just the ones that we can't skip. Go ahead and take the handgun bullets over here. Make sure our handguns are loaded. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis introduced the mixing tool in order to mix gunpowders, which is extremely helpful in a run like this. This game is very action survival horror. It's definitely a different tone compared to its predecessors. So we'll go ahead and take the two gunpowder A's, combine them with the mixing tool, and go ahead and make extra handgun bullets. We'll go ahead and leave Dario's office and make our way to the Raccoon uptown. So the PC version of this game, we do have the door skip. So once Brad viciously breaks through that door, I usually run back and reset the room because all of those zombies are now turbo. We'll stand over by the pipe over here. There's a total of 4 zombies in this hallway. You'll see me doing some different type of moves. One is called the quick shot. One is called the drop shot. That's kind of when Jill is in the aiming position, and as I'm going to change the path that she is shooting at, whether it be medium, low, or high, we're shooting in that middle point range, that sweet spot. And we can't forget the shotgun. Now, these zombies you could go ahead and kill if you want, feel safer. I usually just run by them as long as they're not turbo. Run by the guy getting brutally destroyed. Go ahead and equip the shotgun over here. We're going to have 2 zombies that have the capability of going turbo. And of course we couldn't get the double decap. Now when zombies are crawling like that, they're at 0 HP, but they can still inflict damage on you. Go over by the cash register, there's more handgun ammo. And while Brad is, taking care of the job for us, we'll just go ahead and mix the lighter fluid into the lighter. Now, sometimes they'll break the barricade down, other times it'll stay up until you light the rope. If that's the case, you could just skate on right in the room. Alright, so yeah, as you saw, we had some wonderful canines already. And now we got gunpowder A and gunpowder B. Go ahead and store those for now. We'll also put the lighter away. Free up some inventory. Jill does get a side pack in this game, but not till a little later. And we're going to make our way to the RPD. Now the great thing about this game is the live selection, where you have a choice on what you want to do. Since this is a any percent, which means just from start to completion, no damage, we are going to elect to fight Nemesis the least amount as possible. So I did a quick aim check right there because sometimes there will be a zombie spawned right in the front there. We could hug back here, take out all 3 zombies. There is one more zombie in this office room, and Marvin's just casually laying down. I think that they don't bother Marvin because he's now infected. Like, obviously he's still alive at this point. Grab the blue gem. Now there's 4 different possibilities this could be: 0131, 4011, 0513, and 4312. We got lucky, it was the first one. So now we're doing a little bit of quick shots, which basically just stops the animation for Jill and lets her continue to shoot. Very helpful. And that was an instance of a drop shot. As you could see, I was changing from medial to low. Now we'll head into the save room. Go over to the same locker that Leon would change into his workout apparel. Grab some gunpowder A. Put the blue gem away. Also the shotgun shells. Now, those shotgun shells will only appear if in the room with Marvin there wasn't a zombie to our direct left. So again, heavily RNG based this game. We're going to head into the STARS office, get rid of the key. I feel like in every game you go to the RPD, Barry always has bullets on his desk. Go ahead and get the lockpick. And it could either be the Magnum inside the weapons locker or the grenade launcher. Either is fine. And now we're going to leave the RPD. And there he is, the Kool-Aid Man. In this locker, the second locker from the right, there is gunpowder B. And yeah, Nemesis will now be following us in certain locations. We can always get an indicator if you look at the top right, the boss location. When there's a 0 percentile, that means he's not going to be following us in this exact location. Alright, so this area just has a bunch of zombie dogs. Just gonna take our time right here. And if you do get down drop shotting, you could actually stun lock the dogs where they are. Or you could just basically shoot them normally, and that'll take them out. And now we'll head over to this dead UBCS officer. Or mercenary. In the parking garage, we have 2 more canines. Just gonna take our time, finishing them off. You don't want to get greedy, you don't want to try to run up to them or anything because they will hit you. The closer you get, the lower you have to shoot. We're going to grab the power cable from the car that had the overcharged battery. Alright, a bit of item management. We'll put the lockpick away for a second. We're going to store the power cable. And now we're going to do a little combinations. We're going to do gunpowder A and B to make C, C and A, mix it with the mixing tool, and we made flame rounds for the grenade launcher that we will get later on. Put the lockpick back in our inventory. I usually like to wait, then all of the dogs will lunge out at me. It's just the quickest way I figured out on how to avoid getting hit by them. Alright. Train demos. Just aim right down with the Magnum or the grenade launcher, whatever you have at this point. Now, over on the table over here, we could get 2 gunpowder A's. If they do not spawn right here, they will spawn in the Raccoon press room that's coming up. So again, ammo can spawn in different locations, but it will always be the same locations that they are tethered to. So this has 2 different locations they could be in. We'll go ahead, grab the manhole opener, come right out here with the shotgun. We're going to clear out this entire alleyway, the arcade back alley. Now this game does have auto aim, so always make sure that you're turning to the side opposite of where the monsters might be so that you get a feel for where they are, because again, this game is fixed camera angles, so that way you don't run into a zombie trying to figure out how close they are to you. Go over to the save chest. We're gonna now start stacking up on gunpowder A's. We'll put the lockpick away for now, the magnum, and we'll grab those good old shotgun shells. And the red gem. That is not a red gem, that's a blue gem. And we'll grab some more shotgun shells. Just get everything reloaded, put the rusted crank away, and it's time to head to the Raccoon downtown. So I like to put the blue gem in early on, because depending on how aggressive Nemesis is in the next part, we already have one of the 2 jewels we need to put in there. And we're going to head to the Raccoon press office. We'll push the nice little step stool that was perfectly placed for us. And we'll get the power going. There is a photo on the top of that phone over there, if you see in the back left corner.
It's him! Come on!
Ow, that killed. Just so you know,
So always jump out the window
Just deal with it.
if we already got the gunpowder A's. So since we got them in the restaurant, we don't have to worry about it. You could just jump right out the window. And now we're going to do a little bit of backtracking to the restaurant. Because we did get that manhole opener earlier, we have to get into the freezer area. A couple zombies populated now. I believe there's 2 in this kitchen room, and then there's 2 in the initial restaurant area. Get the shotgun out, use the opener. Because there's a total of 3 zombies down here, so just be prepared with the shotgun to use it. So right around this corner, boom. Take out all 3. And we got the green gem. So Nemesis can be right here, which he will be. There's a couple of times he may sprint at you, so just go ahead and reset the room. Once you hear just heavy footsteps, that means it's a go. We could run right for the, whatever you want to call this, Raccoon City Hall door lock. Very elaborate door lock. Two different zombie patterns that could happen in this area. Sometimes the zombies are all unconscious, and then other times they're already up and waiting for us, just like this one. One thing I always say in any of my runs, gain some distance away from the enemy you're trying to take down, because especially in this game, as I said before, turbo monsters are extremely fast. I kind of wanted to say incredibly and extremely at the same time, and I got extremely. We will make our way through the Lonsdale yard. We got the red barrel lined up right here. We got canines. On this deceased Raccoon City SWAT officer is 14 shotgun shells. How very nice of him. So this area is RNG as well. It could either be zombies in this area or it could be dogs. And that dog could either jump out before you go in the cable car or after, so it's always nice if he does before.
Jill, put this on.
So now we got the one and only side pack for Jill in this game, which is the green strap she has on her now. And we picked up the wrench. We're going to use the wrench for a couple of different locations in this run right now. So basically what we're going to be doing here is we need to gather all the parts for the cable car to get it running. So we got the shotgun equipped right there. Zombie broke right through the door. Inside of the car door, or on the seat, is a gunpowder bee. Again, any gunpowders that we find are all important, strategically planned out for us in this run. So make sure you're saving them until we do so. We do use them. Okay, so from the mayor statue, we grabbed the bronze book. Now, Carlos, he could have helped us kill these guys, but, he just decided to run away. What we want to do here is we want to take out all the zombies that are pouring through this door, because if we don't and we go in another room, they're just going to populate all over the alley again. So now that we have 3 gunpowder bees, we're going to put the handgun away now. We don't need it for quite a while. We'll grab the Magnum, and we're going to grab the 3 gunpowder bees, mix them all together, and then combine them with the reloading tool or mixing tool. And we have an overabundance of shotgun shells right now, which is always nice. So over here we'll use the bronze book, and that'll turn like the electric current off, and we'll get the bronze compass. And guess what? We're going to go ahead and put that back in the statue. I believe the mayor's name is Mayor Warren. And his daughter is actually the girl from Resident Evil 2 that the chief had on her desk. So, yeah. Do with that information what you will. So you could either get crows in this area or dogs that burst through the window. And obviously when they did burst through the window, we just went back and reset the room so that they'd be in their tethered points, which means the points that they're made to frequent in. Now we will either have brain suckers or drain demos in this area now. We're going to wait for this other one to come off the wall, and boom. And there is a UBCS guy underneath all this green blood. We want to grab that gunpowder A, and we want to make our way up here Use that battery, and we're going to head over to the power station. There's a shit ton of zombies in this area, so just use the auto aim function, or if you have an idea of where the zombies might be. I will always say manually reload your guns. Don't let Jill do it herself, because if a zombie's running at you, you're not going to have the time to get out of that animation. I cannot speak today. So we got fortunate the gunpowder bees are here. They could either be in the power station or they could be in the pharmaceutical office, which we will be going to later. We're going to go ahead and mix all of the gunpowder bees together and hold. Okay, so we need to get both of these shutters open. We're going to do red, blue, blue, blue. That'll bring it to 20. That's going to open the first door. And then red, 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 blue. Now, in the first door is the fuse that we do need for the cable car, but we're going to come back for that. And right now we're going to go into here and grab the grenade launcher. We're going to head for the emergency exit. Our good old buddy Nemesis just clearing out the way for us. Absolute gentleman. And the reason I head for the emergency exit is to make sure that we have Nemesis behind us in this portion. We see that his HP is on the screen. So he could either walk at this point or just viciously sprint at you. As always, we're going to clear out an area as best to our ability as we can. Once we get past this next camera angle, Nemesis will come barreling through this alleyway. So just ignore that zombie for now, because eventually Nemesis will despawn on our way back from here. Alright, so now we're going to take the flame rounds, combine them, and then take the grenade launcher rounds, combine it with the 3 gunpowder bees, and make acid rounds, which we will put away for good measure. Crows will burst out of the bus always, either as we're first coming through or on our way back. Since it was crows earlier on, they were going to burst through first. If it's dogs through that window earlier on, they'll burst through after. Alright, we have 2 either drain demos or brain suckers. These are drain demos. Yeah, so make sure you try to hit the barrel. Don't do what I'm about to do. Well, if you have to, definitely do it. But try to get that double kill with the explosive barrel. Or you could just switch right over to your flame rounds. Now on the Raccoon Street that leads to the RPD, you could either get zombie dogs or I believe about 6 or 7 zombies themselves. Little firefighter simulator. And now we're going to make our way through that area that had the flames bursting through. Now, as soon as we go through this second door, proc your gun to aim, as there's either a brain sucker or a drain demos waiting for you, just like around this corner. Then we'll get our shotgun back out. Alright, so we turned on the TV. We saw that the code is Adgerville. That's what we're going to go ahead and type in to the security system. The codes can be Adgerville, Safsprin, or Aquacare. So this was the other location that I mentioned that we could have got the gunpowder A's or the gunpowder B's that we already got. So right here we just have a boatload of zombies pouring in. We're just gonna take them all out. Plenty of shotgun shells to go around. Now, since the gunpowder A's did not spawn in this area and we already have the gunpowder B's, that means that the gunpowder A's, the three of them, will spawn in the gas station, the Staglia gas station. So we almost got the triple cap, but... wow, both of those female zombies were very aggro. And now that we got everything that we need, we're going to make our way back to the power station and go pick up the fuse, and we have now got all of the parts necessary for the cable car. We'll go ahead and get the acid rounds out. We're going to put the shotgun ammo away for right now. We'll grab the power cable and the rusted lever. Go ahead and put the flame rounds away for now. We'll need them later on. Really not much to be said right there. The crows are out, just do your best to avoid them. And now we're probably going to have one of the most useless live selection parts of the game. So this is going to give you an option to either drop down or climb up. Always climb up, because dropping down does absolutely nothing for you. Like, there's no ammo down there, nothing. It just backtracks you an extra room. I don't know. I think it was just meant to confuse players, you know. So we kept the shotgun in our inventory because we still have a zombie to take care of, as well as a secondary zombie. Hey, buddy. And we'll grab the grenade rounds on the seat of the cop car. Store the grenade rounds. Just wanted to make sure I didn't have other grenade rounds that I could stack them up on. Put the shotgun away for now. All we need is the grenade launcher with the acid rounds from this point. Now again, we're heading back to the power station because we have to pick up the fuse. Always go through this door, the door you used as the emergency exit. If you go through the door we originally went through, zombies are still in that hall and they probably will bite you. And we don't want that. So now, before we head back to the cable car, we got two lovely zombies scaring the shit out of us, and we're going to head up to the right to the Staglia gas station. And make sure you have that rusted crank on you and the wrench, as we're going to be using up both of them. The gunpowder A's are over here on the table. We'll go ahead and grab all three. Don't combine them or anything, just hold on to them. We're going to need them for the next portion of the game. So now we have a storage temperature puzzle. We just need to basically match the red color up with the letter that's lit up. So there is like a rhythm to this puzzle. Usually I just press them and see which one does what, and then do that combination, and it'll end up sitting alone. Alright, so now the fun begins. Nemesis is going to run at us. Last second, we'll make a run for it. That'll have him lunge with his left-handed punch. One thing to note, Nemesis always swings with his left hand. Any version of him, any part. So now we're going to be taking on the first version of the Gravedigger. So what I like to do is I run over to this area where he can break through, and as soon as he pops his head out, we pop him with an acid round. It should take about 5 or 6 shots. And then once you hear that little roar, that means he's done. This fight actually does damage to his later fight, because we will be seeing him again. So instead of him having 800 HP, I believe he'll have 600. So it does kind of pay off to fight this version of him. You don't have to. You could literally just go for the buttons and then take your chance at lowering the ladder, but it actually does more harm than good, with the chance of getting hit so many times. So we'll go ahead and put the power cable, the fuse, and then the oil.
Mikhail!
Jill! No! The brakes are out!
Alright, so this live selection really matters, because this is going to base it on how we take on Nemesis at the clock tower. So I personally like taking him on the tentacle version, and that is when you use the emergency brake. If you were to jump out the window, you take him on with the rocket launcher. So, as foretold, we are now at the clock tower. We're going to head into the chapel. And here's some more gunpowders that could either spawn here or on the other side of the clock tower. We were fortunate enough to get them all in one room. We'll get the clock tiki. Well, that didn't sound good. Alright, let's go ahead and put all the gunpowder A's away. And I like to put the gunpowder B's a little bit above, just because once we use all the gunpowder A's, the B's are going to be all the way at the bottom, and we'll just have to bring them up. So what you're going to do here is you're going to press left on your D-pad and up. we'll meet Carlos here. He'll have a tantrum. We're gonna sometimes grenade rounds will spawn here, or they're gonna spawn in this next upcoming room that we're gonna pass through. Now, I always equip the shotgun right here because you either get baby spiders, which are surprisingly annoying. I know a couple people haven't had any trouble with them. I, for one, did. If they hit you, it's 1 HP loss, which is very aggravating to get all the way here, and that happened, but worse things have happened. Go ahead and grab the clock tower key. And we gotta remember that the baby spiders are here. We'll pop the 2 of them that are guarding the way and move. So there's 3 spiders in the upstairs portion of the clock tower. We don't even have to mess with them. We just want to get up to the bell tower. And we're fortunate enough to get the good RNG that has the extra gunpowder A's. They may not always be there for you. We'll go ahead and grab the silver gear. And now we have our first puzzle. Alright, so in the PC version, it is up, down, up, up, down, up. On console, I believe it is a different solution that I do not have the answer to. But if you have up, down, up, down, up, then the puzzle is complete. Alright, now we got the Chronos chain. We'll mix it with the clock T key and make the Chronos key. Just gonna go ahead and put the gunpowder A's away. We have a shit ton of them. We're gonna go ahead and use the light. That'll shine the light in Nemesis' face. Jill will knock him off the ledge. And we can make our way continuously through the clock tower. We'll go ahead and use the rest of the Chronos key. And on the other side of this door, we're going to have a total of 3 spiders that we have to neutralize. The best type of ammo to use against them is the acid rounds, because if you use a different type of ammo, there is a very strong chance the baby spiders will spawn out of the dead spider and bite you. Now, it's pretty aware that I can't aim. So once he comes halfway across that side of the wall, then we'll pop him with the acid round. On that unfortunate soul in the corner, there were more grenade rounds. Now, this is a little bit more of an aggressive approach, but I just run right up and take him out off the ceiling. Sometimes he'll pan over to the right or left, a little bit easier of a shot. And now we have the stone puzzle. So it looks like the time was 9 o'clock, so that will be obsidian. And there are different times on the clock will always be a different puzzle outcome. So it's going to be obsidian, amber, crystal for 9 o'clock. Now it'll allow us to get the gold gear, and now we can combine them to make the Chronos gear. And we'll just make our way back up to the bell tower. and get the bell tolling. Alright, so now all those gunpowder A's you stacked up, we're going to be using those bad boys. Stack up the grenade rounds, and then we're going to put everything away. And now I'm going to start from the bottom up, and we're just going to fill up. And now we have 8 gunpowders. We're going to just go ahead and combine to get our mixing tool. And then we'll combine the last 2. And we'll make enhanced gunpowder. So basically what we're doing is we're using the skill of mixing. And after you do that a certain amount of times, you could actually make enhanced gunpowder in this game, which is pretty cool. Now during this fight, you could use the Magnum, or you could use the enhanced gunpowder. I choose to use the enhanced gunpowder. I also take the lockpick, just so because we're going to need it after this fight. This is called the Clock Tower Nemesis fight. One thing you see me doing right now, we cannot swap out regular ammo for enhanced gunpowder ammo, so we have to clear it out. Now this fight can be a pain in the butt. As soon as the cutscene ends, we're going to make our way this way, let Nemesis do his tentacle extension, hope that he follows us right away, and we're going to get him caught on this end right here. We're going to make sure that Jill's front foot is lined up with Carlos's foot on the floor right there. And at 400 HP, Nemesis hits an HP wall, where he goes to his second phase. During that time, we'll combine our ammo, do a couple of drop shots just to make him feel it. And as long as he's stuck on that corner, folks, Clock Tower Nemesis is donezo. There are plenty of ways to fight him without using that strategy, but that was just one of the quicker ways to get him done. So now we're going to take over as Carlos Oliveira.
Night. I woke up to the sound of falling rain. I can't believe I'm still alive.
Alright, as soon as we take control of Carlos, we're going to hug left up here, run right through the door. Now we're going to hug Carlos's right side. This zombie walking over, we are going to take out. And then we're going to reset the room and go right back in. That'll give us a clear path to the double door. We'll go right back through the Chronos door. Now you could either get spiders, brain suckers, or drain demos in this hallway. The best to get is spiders. Dodge right around them. But we also have to remember the caveat to having spiders in that hallway is they will still be there when we get back. Go ahead and move the spare bell. I like to equip the handgun over here. Now, there is a line to pretty much run right past these zombies, but sometimes these zombies will go turbo, so I don't take any chances. Take out the first 2 zombies with the barrel, and then just use the rest of our handgun ammo to knock these guys down. So as you can see, I ran right next to the door. This is extremely helpful because once that cutscene ends, the hunter will start sprinting at you. And that way all you have to do is turn right and go right through the door. Easy as pie. There's some handgun ammo in the locker to our left. We don't need it, so I just went ahead and grabbed the voice recorder. Turn on the recognition.
also appears to be a slight fracture in his right arm just below the elbow. However...
Alright, so now we're going to head to the 4th floor. We got zombies. It's much preferred to get zombies on the basement floor, and I'll explain why in a minute. But let's just go ahead and clear out all the zombies that are pressing us right now in the really confined elevator. There's always one straggler. Once the music stops, we'll just, do an aim check, make sure everybody's down. We're going to run to the back of the room over here, grab the sick room key. Now, there's a door before the sick room key door that can give you the answer to the puzzle, like what the password would be, but there's a chance that there are slithering worms in there, and we don't want to get hit by them. Sometimes there's just zombies laying dead, or the correct word for them are sliding worms. So again, if the shelf right here, the cabinet, is facing this way, that means that, like, it's facing towards us. That means that we're going to have to push it on one of those levers in front of us. If it's facing the other way, it's the ones at the bottom closer to the door. Now, when you get zapped, how you saw I get zapped, that's just considered a stun. That doesn't lose any health, no damage, so don't worry about it if you put it on the wrong space. So now we have another puzzle, 253. Because of the location, it's a locationary based puzzle, so wherever we put that cabinet on whatever placement tile it's on, could be a specific number. There's 531, 104, 253, and I believe 325. And now we're going to go ahead to the basement floor. Now, since the zombies did not spawn down here, we will get hunters in this hallway on our way back. So with that hunter right there, I just recommend aiming and then shifting Carlos to the right. There's a bomb on the wall for that other hunter. Just pop it really quick. Grab the medium base. We have the vaccine base. And now we have to do a little bit of a puzzle in order to make the vaccine for Jill. Alright, very simple puzzle right here. We're going to put in 1 on the synthesizer, then we're going to hit 3, and then we're going to go to the below, and then hit A. So the puzzle is 1, 3A. And now we got the good shit, the vaccine. We're going to mix it with the medium with the base, and we got ourselves a vaccine. Now remember, as I said, we're going to have hunters in this hall. Now, I thought that the explosion, the bomb on the wall, got the other one, but it didn't. And as you can see, I started aiming up thinking he was going to do a jump because they have a tendency to jump at you. So we got... fortunate, unfortunate, then very fortunate. Sounded like the audio cut out when we went onto the elevator. I don't know why, but... Anyway. It seems to be a time-based bomb. Really, what would give that away? Alright, so now our goal is to just make it back to Jill. Alright, so now we'll take back over as Jill. We'll go ahead and put the enhanced gunpowder away with the handgun. We don't need that garbage anymore. We're going to keep the lockpick, we need it. Get the flame rounds, grenade rounds. Combine these with the grenade rounds, and we'll get extra flame rounds. We want flame rounds for this area because we're going to be heading over to the Raccoon Park, and there is a chance that there are hunters. Take the Magnum for good measure. The shotgun and the shotgun shells as well. Nemesis is going to burst through the door. We'll just go right to our right. Very nice of him to do that. Didn't even have to go through the loading screen of the door. And now he's going to be on our ass through the rest of running out of the clock tower. So we'll just make a break for it. That's why it was important to have the lockpick on you so we didn't forget. So now there's just a couple of zombies in this area. I like to use the shotgun and just clear them all out. Make sure they're all gone. And now we'll grab the grenade rounds from the locker. Grenade rounds on the desk, man. You get so much ammo in this game, you never have to worry. Put the lockpick away. And now I'm searching for more grenade rounds so we could go ahead and combine them. And we need the Raccoon Park key. Just make sure you have flame rounds inside of your grenade launcher at this point. As soon as we go in, we're going to auto-aim right at him. Now, if there are no zombies here, that means that hunters will spawn. We'll take out the first hunter. Second will drop right out. Boom. Now, I don't know if you guys saw earlier when we were running as Carlos, but I got so close to getting hit by the acid, it was scary. So now the rain will mask what enemy is right here. It could either be hunters or it could be the zombie dogs. You really want to get the zombie dogs, trust me. There's usually 3 of them in this area, so once they're done, we're going to go over to this UBCS soldier's corpse, grab the key, and then on the other fine gentleman over here, we could get some Magnum rounds. So now that we cleared out all of these areas, we don't have to worry about monsters spawning in them again. It'll just be a nice easy trek back when we do go back. There's one more hunter in this area. We'll totally ignore him. He just does a stupid lunge. And now just go ahead and lift the lid right here. We're going to manipulate the fountain. Move it in this order. And now we're going to make our way to the Raccoon Cemetery. So some sliding worms will drop down, but not going to worry about them or these zombies coming out of the ground in a cemetery. Fitting. And now we're going to just do a little bit of item management. We got some gunpowder Bs over here, and some gunpowder As, and that metal pipe behind us we need. We're going to be taking on Gravedigger, his actual boss battle now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and combine 3 gunpowder bees. Get the other gunpowder A. Not sure what I'm looking for right here. Yeah, just go ahead and combine them with the grenade rounds to make some more acid rounds. I think I wanted to see if... Okay, we definitely need the lighter. We'll go switch over to the acid rounds. So for the Gravedigger fight, he is very susceptible to acid rounds, but we're going to go ahead and just, you know, combine all of our ammo so that we have a crap ton of flame rounds. We have magnum bullets, we have grenade rounds, and really all you need for this fight is the acid rounds, and we're also going to need the lighter for the moment ahead. So we are well off right now with ammo for this run. So that's the last place we need the lighter. Some more grenade rounds. I'm telling you, we got a bunch. And then we're going to go ahead and get the gate key.
I'm quite...
Oh, Nikolai. Anyway, let's go ahead and take on Gravedigger. As soon as the fight starts, you're going to run up and line yourself up with this tombstone. Just take a stun, line yourself up with this lamp, and just start blasting him with acid rounds. And then we're going to run back to where we dropped down, and we're going to position ourselves with the stone to the left of us over here. Now, Gravedigger will come out of the ground a few times, so you're just going to run straight forward when he does. Just like so. You might even be cheeky and do it twice, sometimes 3 times. Once he comes out of the ground for good, we're just going to finish him off with the acid rounds. And that's the Gravedigger fight. Again, anytime you see a knockback, that's just a stun for Jill, so don't worry about it. Got a couple of sliding worms in this area. It could either be sliding worms or it could be spiders. We just want to avoid the sliding worms at all costs, because they're kind of like leeches. They'll stick on you and then eventually your HP will start going down. We'll go ahead and equip our grenade rounds, a grenade launcher with flame rounds. And now this area has nothing but zombies. And like I said before, this area, the coast is clear. And now we're going to be heading to the final section of the game, the Dead Factory. So now as we are trying to cross the bridge, Nemesis rudely interrupts us, and based on whatever you choose here, it really doesn't make a difference. It's just the ending you'll get. There's 2 different endings to this game. I choose to push his ass off. Bye. And we'll make our way into the Dead Factory.
Carlos.
Alright, we got more gunpowder A's and more gunpowder B's. But we want to make sure on the shelf we grab the facility key. That is absolutely important, not only to progress the game because we need it to unlock doors, but we're going to need it for the rocket launcher later on. So with these gunpowder A and Bs, we're going to combine them to make Cs. So A and B, right? The blues make Cs. Once we get 3 Cs, we're going to go ahead and combine them into 3 Cs, and then we're going to combine it with the grenade launcher rounds to make freeze rounds. So, one little cool trick about this puzzle right here, you could go ahead and just brute force your way into hitting the controls, because again, this is just a knockback for Jill, does no damage, it's really a stun. And it avoids you having to do a little bit extra of just, you know, hitting the different switches. Just saves a little bit of time. Okay, now we powered on most of the dead factory. Put the grenade rounds away. Make sure we have the magnum with the magnum ammo. Now we use the rest of our facility key, which is great. I always keep the shotgun on me. There are zombies in this area, so you can go ahead and use the flame rounds if you want, or I just like to use the shotgun shells or the acid rounds, because at this point, all that really matters is having the freeze rounds. So we'll just keep auto-aiming, making sure that we're taking out all of the zombies. We will grab the system disc or the MO disc, and we're going to finish off the rest of these guys with the acid rounds. Now we're going to want flame rounds as we descend in this elevator, because there are 4 different type of creatures that could spawn in this area: drain demos, brain suckers, spiders, and zombies. Now, in here, there can be either sliding worms, which it looks like there are, or it could be hunters. So for the sliding worms, we're just going to go ahead and use shotgun shells. Now, these guys could be a little annoying, so we just want to make sure they're all gone. If it's hunters, we just use flame rounds. And in that other room that we just passed, there was the hunters as well. So there's 5 different types of enemies that we could face, which is virtually ridiculous. So we have one more gunpowder B, and what I decide to do here is use that gunpowder B, mix it with the mixing tool. That way we'll get some shotgun shells, so that if the sliding worms do respawn, when we make our way back, we could take them out with the shotgun, rather than use some of our other ammo. And now everybody's favorite puzzle, the water sample puzzle. So there's a couple of different solutions here. But before we do it, we're going to go ahead and put the facility key that we got inside the barcode machine. And then we'll head over to the water sample. So we have the high empty. So there's high empty, medium low, medium empty, and high low. So the password for high empty is A would be right to the first, B right to the first, and C left to the second. So you'll see what I mean. A, we're going to do right once. B, we're going to do right once, and then C left twice. I made that sound like a science experiment. I don't know why. And then we'll go ahead and check it. Make sure it matches. Shoutouts to Carcinogen SDA and a few others that figured out that puzzle and its solutions years ago. The lock has been released. Alright, you know what that means. Nemesis 2 time. So this is the point now where the freeze rounds are going to come in handy. Grab the extra magnum rounds just for safekeeping. And yep, the sliding worms did respawn. So it's good we made those shotgun shells. Do your absolute best to try to time these guys. We're going to make sure we aim. Whoa, we got really lucky there. I don't even remember that. I recorded this run about a week and a half ago, so I don't remember that getting that close, but hey, sometimes you need a little bit of luck in these type of runs, you know? Okay, so now we have hunters in here. As soon as we come through the door, we're going to blast the first hunter. Hit that barrel, and there are a total of 3 hunters in this room. So I like to stand right over by the stairs, an area where he can't jump diagonal, he could only jump down. So once he gets to a certain part of the stairs, we're going to hit him with the flame round and make our way back up. We would pretty much do the same thing virtually for the other enemies. The only ones that are slower and easier to take down would be the zombies or spiders. Alright. Now we went ahead and we switched over our freeze rounds. Yep. Nikolai got destroyed. Now again, the way we're playing might not be the actual canon version, but this is just the routing we took for this run.
Please evacuate immediately.
Stars. Stars.
So as soon as this cutscene ends, we're going to go ahead, aim right at him, hit him with a few freeze rounds, then run. He's very slow in this fight. So once he goes on a knee, you can inflict damage on him, but you won't be able to defeat him unless he's standing up. So we're just going to rinse and repeat, hit him with 1 to 2 shots. Once he goes down on a knee, we'll make sure we hit him with a few more freeze rounds. Then we'll run right by him again. And that's him. Yeah, disposal Nemi's very, very slow. Go ahead and get the red key card, use it, and get out of here.
Missile attack confirmed. All personnel evacuate immediately.
Alright, so we go ahead and use the flame rounds or the acid rounds. We're going to have zombies spawn now in this immediate area. Naked ones. Now, I don't know why we're shooting at them, but I guess it's a far enough distance from the frame of the camera angle that it is not actually counting as hitting them. Love to see that. But we had just enough acid rounds with that miscalculation. Like I said, you could use flame rounds there too. What we're going to do now is we're going to head back into the room. We saw Carlos and we did the steam puzzle. We're going to use the rest of the umbrella card, or the second time we use it. And we're going to head to the weapons locker. And remember that barcode I told you to put on your key? It's going to get us the rocket launcher. And that is going to be extremely important as we make our way to the final boss fight. And now that's the rest of the card. Alright, so we're just going to stand back here, hit these guys with flame rounds. If they fall forward, they will still crawl. They're at 0 HP, but they can still hit you, so just keep blasting away. Plenty of ammo. Again, we have a surplus that we don't actually need. Alright, so now we grab the portable radar. If we go back over here in this broken window of this cabinet, we get some more magnum ammo. Equip the magnum.
Warning.
And we'll make our way down the ladder. Now, the zombies that are laying face down can bite you if you run over them. The ones that are face up, they won't hurt you. There was some shotgun shells on that shelf over there, but we really don't need them for this fight. Man, there was one hell of a war in this room. I mean, look at all of these UBCS soldiers and BOWs.
System. Checking battery. Warning. There is not enough power to activate the system.
Alright, so we have to push in 3 batteries in order to power on the laser.
Battery connected.
Alright, so for this Nemesis boss fight, we want to do more than 800 damage on him. So we're going to start off by aiming the magnum, pop him, quick turn, stand right here, wait for him to try to hit us with acid. Then we'll go ahead and equip the rocket launcher. So we're going to hit him with a rocket. 200 damage right there. He's going to shoot some acid out at us, sometimes 2 times at a piece. And we're just going to go ahead and wait. Do that again. And then hit him with the final 2 shots. That'll bring him to technically minus 50. And now he has tentacles and acid that could still hit you at this point, so I just keep backing up. And now he is going to go back to his tether point where he spawned at. And yeah, that is final Nemesis. You know, there's a bunch of people, and it's a very good route where, you know, you just kind of run around, get the battery packs on, and then take him out with the laser. But I feel like beating him at this point makes the most sense. It's like fitting for taking him out once and for all. And now we're just going to go ahead, grab some popcorn, and watch the fate of Nemesis. Let's count it down. 2, 1.
Warning. System overheating. Enter cooldown mode.
I'm not sure why Jill holds your side there. Maybe it's just from standing in place for so long.
You want stars? Styles. I'll give you Styles.
I don't know about you guys, but I say we get the hell out of here. And that, folks, is a no save, no damage S-rank run of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
I guess we're all set.
All right then, we're out of here.
Oh no.
It's here. It's time to go.
That's it. I've had it. This time they've gone too far.
And now we have a rather unfortunate turn of events. It seems that the President and the Federal Council have passed judgment over the civilians of Raccoon City. The President and Federal Council have ruled that the Bacillus Terminate operation is the best course of action for this extreme situation, and have since executed. Based on that fact, Raccoon City has been literally wiped off the map. Current reports have the death toll surpassing the 100,000 mark. Our hearts go out to those poor civilians of Raccoon City.
All right. And that is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and really thank you so much support recently and always. We have eclipsed 2 years here on YouTube, and I want to thank you guys for really being my support systems. We did it. This run took me quite a while. I want to thank some of my closest friends for helping me. I also want to thank Matt DeRock and Carcinogen SDA for being great guys and really giving me that extra push to get through this. So thank you guys. And yeah, this took quite a bit of time. But again, if you put your mind to something enough, anything is possible. Anything seems too difficult until it's done. And I'll leave you with that, guys. Stick around to see the final game results and enjoy your S rank. Once again, this was Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on the PC. No save, no damage on hard with an S rank. This is your host, the Notorious Base, signing off. I'll see you for the next video.